Hey everyone, got to talk about the Montreal Canadiens and Nashville Predators trade and talk about next moves for Montreal and also talk about the disaster of Nashville. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, hope you do. Hit that like button, notification bell, comment down below. So, Alexandre Carrier for Justin Barron. On the surface, Montreal wins this trade. I'll just make that clear. I see what Nashville's doing in terms of adapting and trying to make things right, but I do want to bring up like something right away. And going through Carrier on the timeline for X, I mean, Montreal fans are happy. Carrier acquired by Montreal as a top four defensive defenseman. And as you can see, Jay Fresh has been a fan, whole 9 yards. I think the thing that I'm curious about, to be honest, is for Montreal, does this mean they're definitely trading David Savard? I think that's the question for me. I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. But trade tree, Arturi Lehkonen, Justin Barron, a draft pick, turned into Michael Hage. So Alexandre Carrier and Michael Hage for a return for Lehkonen? It's not bad. I mean, Michael Hage, I think, is going to be a stud. This is what I wanted to talk about, though. So Greg's on it. Basically just says I need to meditate on why Barry Trotz choosing not to trade Alexandre Carrier last deadline, signing him to a 3-year extension, and then trading him for a 23-year-old that may not be anything close. So, yeah, I honestly don't know what he was thinking here in terms of Carrier and the long-term outlook. My major problem is exactly that. I mean, if you had a sense that you were maybe not going to keep Carrier and you were just signing him for what value on a right-shot defenseman, I think that's brutal. If you were getting at least a second-round pick last year before the deadline for Carrier, which maybe is possible, I think they're probably going to get at least a third. That's my issue with this. I think you could have got just their draft pick, then flip the draft pick this year. Also, you're not filling up cap space for no reason. Like Carrier, 3.75 for a couple more years after this year. It's not nothing, but I think it's good value for Montreal. And again, French background always, I would say, a vibe for Montreal, and it's not necessary, but it's a cool story. So also just bringing this up. So this was a fan on Puckpedia putting a good lineup together. So with Carrier in the picture, he could be a partner with Lane Hudson, Gooley, and Matheson. Like I said, I think Matheson or Savard are gone. One of them. Maybe not both, but definitely one of them I think is gone. You don't want to waste Matheson or Savard on the bottom pair. Just some trades to look at. So one being, I mean, Pettersson now with Montreal, like there's some connections out there. I don't know if I'm sold on it. I don't think it makes a lot of sense, but hey, I mean, Montreal's got a lot of assets. If Vancouver wanted to go across the conference, I mean, Montreal's got some good assets. If Vancouver wanted to take a flyer on Kirby Dach or Christian Dvorak and then attach like a first-round pick, a couple prospects, it could make some sense for Vancouver in terms of also saving some cap to re-sign Brock Besser. Another one that I liked, specifically this one, is Mikael Granlund as a target. I don't know if Jake Evans would necessarily be in the return to San Jose, but Mikael Granlund, fellow Finn with Patrick Laine, could make some sense. But this one makes the most sense to me. So shout out to this person. And Cabby91 will give the shouts. These two trades are perfect for what Montreal's trying to accomplish. I think Vancouver would do something like this. Mike Matheson at a reasonable cap hit, goes into that top four, very much an upgrade on Desharnais. The first-round pick's a lot to give up, but if the Canucks do well this year, that first-round pick will be in the bottom 10 of that first round. So I think trading Desharnais, getting him to Montreal, I think he would be a very good bottom pair guy for the Habs, and Mike Matheson to Vancouver makes a lot of sense. Or David Savard. I think either or on this package makes sense. It's very good value for Montreal. Vancouver gets the clear upgrade. And I like that for Jake Evans as well. I mean, I actually suggested Jake Evans to New Jersey last year and a couple other teams as potential targets, but a second-round pick and sixth-round pick, I mean, Jake Evans has looked pretty good this year and has jumped up the lineup. So for New Jersey, for a team that could use like a middle six guy or another option on that third or fourth line, Jake Evans would be a perfect fit. So low cap it could be a scenario where Montreal retains. I like it. So this was the conversation on like next moves after this for Montreal, but Nashville, man, like that's going to be for another day just to rant about them some more because it's been an absolute disaster. The one positive of the trade is the Preds just create some cap space. So to me, Barry Trotz is just looking for leverage and not being backed into a corner. So when he's talking to general managers about more trades this season, he's not in a bad leverage situation. He's got more flexibility now with that 3.75 off the books. And 3.75 in today's cap world before the cap goes up is still very valuable. And I think for Montreal, I think Mike Futa put it out there in terms of like Caulfield's package for Elias Pettersson. Montreal should not be trading Cole Caulfield. I'll put that out there right off the bat. That's an identity thing, and I think Caulfield's been obviously a huge positive presence for Montreal. So if it's a trade for Pettersson, I mean, there's other guys on Montreal that you could include, not being Caulfield. I honestly, this might be a hot take. People might call me dumb for this, but I would, if it was just Slafkovsky and another small piece, like I would maybe do that over the Caulfield thing, because you've got some size right now with like obviously Line is not the physical aspect, but I just think in terms of knowing what Caulfield is versus Slafkovsky still goes through some growing pains here and there. If you got an Elias Pettersson out of that, I mean, that's like a for sure thing to be a 1-2 punch with Suzuki. So I don't know. Habs fans, comment. Would you trade either of those guys? Not both, obviously, but one of Caulfield or Slafkovsky if it meant Elias Pettersson came to Montreal? Or what kind of package would you put together? So give me your thoughts. Subscribe, like, comment, notification bell, all that good stuff. We will see you on the next video. And let me know your thoughts on the trade. Peace.